Hey everybody, it's Angela, and I am back with a little share here. Well, actually, it's more than a share, it's a little bit of work in my junk journal. I have been kind of keeping up on it and just wanted to show you this since I haven't been in my craft room much lately. This first page is some pictures of my granddaughter's first birthday. I have a little flag there that says 1 on it, which was a toothpick that was in the cupcake at her party. So I put that piece of ephemera in here. And then I also had these two pictures of a teddy bear that I got her for her birthday. And I'm eventually going to do an actual layout for this, but I just wanted to go ahead and put these in. These were some extra photos. I had accidentally selected the wrong printer tray, and so these got printed on copy paper instead of the photo paper. So I decided to just go ahead and put them in here. And that's the great thing about junk journals is that, pieces of ephemera or extra printouts or things that you're not going to actually scrapbook, you can go ahead and just smash them in here and still have a record of them. That way, if I, for some reason don't ever get around to scrapbooking something or I want to go back and get journaling or a date, a lot of times it's in here first and I can refer back to it. So I've just mounted the picture on a basic gray. I think this is one of the fact and fiction journal card pads. And I love to use my journaling cards and project life cards and stuff for matting photos and using in a junk journal. It just works really great. So there's the teddy bear, and it was, bigger than she was, and she just squealed when she saw it and was hugging it and everything. It was so cute. And her mom had said she had seen it at a store and really loved it. And so when I was looking for ideas on what to get her, the suggestion of the bear came up, and she just really loved it. So she sits on it when she watches TV and, cartoons or something. And so anyhow, I put a label there. I'll go ahead and do my journaling later. And then I had stuck these pictures of the fair that my husband and I went to last summer. And I have these nice printouts and a nice ticket stub that I'm going to actually do a layout. So I'm just going to stick these aside in a plastic bag so that I know they all go together for a scrapbook layout that I want to do. I had two of these strips because the machines printed out two strips from the photo booth. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of them in here, and then the other one I saved, for my layout. And I also put the parking ticket in this journal. I'm saving the nice looking ticket stub for an actual layout page. And then this, I don't know what they call them, NCR printed parking ticket, I'm just putting in here. And that way it has the date and everything on it. Just putting some puffy stickers from the Heidi Swap planner line on there. And looking through for some more little journaling cards or project life cards. You can see I have just bunches of random stuff that I keep in a Raskog next to my desk. So I'm just looking through my stash. And so just going through and trying to use up stash and old stuff. I'll be doing that more here in the future because I did wind up canceling both of my kit clubs. I was subscribed to Cocoa Daisy and Scraptastic, but after the poor weather conditions last year and the crop not making all that much, not making money, I've decided to just cut down the budget and pare things down. So you'll be seeing a lot more stash. I've got plenty of stash to make stuff with. So I'll definitely have a lot of scrapbooking ahead, even though it won't be with so much new material. I might pick up a few new to me things at Tuesday morning here and there, but essentially I'm kind of cutting that out of my budget for the time being. And so I'm just put that piece of bingo card that said you and I, and then I'm taking this note card and putting it below. And that's the great thing about Smashbooks. It doesn't all have to coordinate. It doesn't all have to be from the same line. It can be whatever. And there I have my name tag and door key from this grain convention we went to, and you can just see how I taped a bunch of photos in. Got some workout stuff in there. I've got this Jiffy Pop thing that I did, this open house for a glass blowing company that I went to with some friends, and then they had posters and stickers there about some of the glass that they sell. Got my reading list in there, stamps that I've been saving in there. And then I had stuck this historic Hanley Farm brochure. It was for a self-guided tour in there, and I had wanted to put some pictures with it because I'm not probably going to actually scrapbook this page. So I did want to just kind of put it in my junk journal and do some journaling about the day and where we stopped and stuff. So again, the blood moon that's there on the left-hand side of the page, it's not something I'll probably scrapbook, but I did want to talk about it. Those were photos that were taken by a friend of mine, and she put up on Facebook, and I just talked about the fact that my husband and I were in the car driving and watching the whole lunar eclipse and everything while it happened. So I was glad that, she had pictures available that I could use to just document it. So I went through again my stash and found a note card there I can use for my journaling. And I'm using a combination of a dry glue and a wet glue on pretty much each of my things. There's the wet glue, just a glue stick, and then I used a tape runner. Or I'll use sometimes score tape and a glue stick, or score tape and actual wet glue like quick dry adhesive or something like that. And having the two different kinds, a wet glue and a dry glue, it just kind of hedges your bets for things sticking for the long term. So, especially depending on what kind of climate you're in. So I left the brochure so you could still unfold it, and left myself some room for journaling. So I was glad to get that in there. And then I'm off looking for some stickers to go with it. So I'm just going through my stash, have some puffy stickers that I've gotten in kits, and just looking for something that would work. A lot of times I just glue the picture down and journal right onto the paper next to it. But now I'm trying to use my supplies a little more. There was an expo that we went to, birth of the third grandbaby, documenting a pair of jeans that I bought because I've lost a lot of weight. Our 10th anniversary is over there on the right, and some of that I will be making actual scrapbook pages of it, but for right now, just smashing it in here. And what I'm doing now is a picture I took when I went to a beekeeping class with my husband and a friend of ours. And so I have the business card from the place that gave the class and just a picture of their showroom. It was a really good class. We're learning how we want to be able to capture the native hives that we already have at the farm so that we don't have to buy any hives or rent them or anything for crops, and we just like more of them. So since they naturally divide, we want to be able to capture the divisions and give them a nice place to live and keep them there at the field working for us. So we just need to, educate ourselves about that. So this was like a beginning step for that. So I'm just putting it right there above the thing about the pair of jeans. Usually I buy my jeans from like the Goodwill and stuff, but I finally reached my goal weight, and my stepdaughter was like, you need to go to Buckle. And so I went there and bought a very, very expensive pair of jeans. But that was my treat for reaching my goal weight. So not something I'll probably do again in the future. I'll probably keep haunting Goodwills and doing that. But yeah, it was fun to go and buy a nice pair of jeans from an actual store. So let's see. Then I had done 2 weeks in the week of, of what I do during my week. I have a newspaper clipping and stuff. So I haven't gone too much past that. I'm just kind of filling in places right now. On this red page, I'm going to put these 3 photos of the river near our house and how it was. We've had a lot of rain and flooding, and just documenting how close to the road it came, even when it was in moderate flood stage. It didn't quite cover the road into our neighborhood, so that was good because there's only one road into where I live, and I was concerned it was not going to be passable, but we lucked out. So just looking again, like I said, I'm trying to use my stash a little more, so I'm dipping into some Project Life cards and just looking for some that I can use as mats that will stick out and still give me room for doing journaling. And I like these that said like documenting life, because I'm just documenting, about this kind of epic rain we've had here. And probably not going to make an actual scrapbook layout of it. So this was the perfect place to put these photos. A lot of times I take photos like this to use in my picture a day album, which I do digitally. So I've been doing it. I'm on year number 8 now of doing a picture a day. And I just have some templates in Photoshop, and I just drag and drop my photos on top of the templates and then print them out. And there's just a little tiny bit of journaling with each one. But that's something I know I can keep up with even when I don't feel like, full-blown scrapbooking. And then in this album is just where I put ephemera and journaling of things I'm not going to scrapbook, or that I just have extra photos of, things like that. Like on the jeans, I kept the tag off the jeans and put that in there. And here I have this as a printout, a screenshot of just what the river was at and the mild flood stage that it was in at that time. So I'm just sticking those 3 down. And then reminding myself to go back into my stash, find some other stickers and things. I might actually go and put a title on some of these pages, get my thickers out. I'm not sure. I've been trying to use my alphabet stickers more. And I'm looking through, and everything in most of my stickers is like saying has positive stuff in it. And this wasn't necessarily a positive thing. I mean, it was positive that it didn't cover our street, but yeah, a lot of the sentiments just weren't quite working. Cute and adorable and things like that. Favorite. It wasn't necessarily my favorite. But I think I used that Amy Tangerine Puffy, the Lucky sticker that was on there. And I used this one that says, "Look at this." And that's the Hey Boy from Graphic 45. And I want to cover up between those top 2 photos where that you can see the edge of that journaling card. It looks a little abrupt to me, so I'm trying to find something I can kind of stick over that as well, just to integrate it in a little more. So I find these, I have these basic gray, they're like post-it notes that you just peel off. So I just put some glue stick behind it and put those, and that covers up that thing, that abrupt line at the bottom of that journaling card. So then I go ahead and I take a few more of these post-it flags and just use glue stick just to put a few more items. Again, I don't normally decorate quite so much, but I'm, using my stash and trying to make things more interesting than just the photo and journaling. But you know what? In a pinch, just the photo and journaling right onto the paper works great. So I'm trying really hard to get back in my scrap room. This is like the first thing I've done. My mojo has just been gone. Work has been so stressful and anxiety has been high, and yeah, I haven't really felt like it. So this I had to kind of force myself to go in and do this, but I like how everything turned out, and I know I'll get back into it. It's just, kind of getting back in the groove, getting your mojo back. I've been watching other people talking about it, and I think I might print out some page layouts that I can scrap lift. I think that'll definitely be a good help. So here is the top off a bag of streaker barley that we're growing. OHSU, or Oregon State University, gave us some barley that they developed in their labs there, and they just gave us a little bit because they didn't have much, and they were asking farmers to help grow up the amount of seed available for that new variety. So we went ahead and took that project on. And here's a picture of I had just gone to my parents' house on a weekend that we didn't go down to the farm so I could spend some time with them. And so it's my mom with their cat is up on her lap and my dad sitting in the background. I thought it was just a really cute picture of them. And so I'm just going to journal about the day, hanging out with them. And I have this tag pad from Pebbles. It's a 4th of July themed, but I just like the blue because they have a navy blue chair that my dad's sitting in, and then also on this orange paper, the blue and orange are complementary, so I kind of like that combination. Then I pulled out another one from that same pad just for my journaling block, and it's a really heavy cardstock. It's really good quality cards. I got it at Tuesday Morning for I think it was 99 cents. So I'll definitely get some use out of that. There I'm putting another graphic 45 sticker. It just says hello, hello, hello. And looking through for something else, and I just put on here, enjoy the little things, just hanging out with my parents and their kitty. So that's in there. And then I think this last thing I do is this is a picture of me and some of the girls that work out together. And I want to do a layout of working out. I'll do that eventually, but right now I just stuck the picture in. I think I have some more things I want to include with that. And I think that is the end of what I do. So I'm just going to slow the video down here and just show you. There's the anniversary page, and it has a little pocket there and cards in it. And there is the second granddaughter or grandchild, number 3. The expo. I have a picture to go with that barley tag that I gotta print out. There's the farm that we visited. There's pictures of the blood moon. It's my stamp collection so far. There's my book reading list. The fair. And some of my granddaughter's birthday party. And then I've got 2 little Starbucks cards in that plastic flap there. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as I get back into this new chapter of scrapbooking, and I will talk to you later. Bye.